Hello Saggitarius, Higherself Magic here. Let's get the energy. Let's make sure it's all perfect for Sarah Elizabeth to come in and for me to give you the messages that you require. Firstly, I'd like to say this is a reading for Sagittarius, but please do look at your other placements because I put a lot of importance on those. Wheel of Fortune is working in your favour now. On the 17th, there's going to be a big shift, planetary shift. And from the 17th of April, things are going to get better. I know I keep saying that, but they are. It's not, though, going to be until 2026 that Sagittarians really see perfection. So we're working towards that. Look, here we've got the 10 of Wands, where you've done all your work, you're carrying those, you've been really stretched and overtaxed. But there you are. Your pentacles are going to start coming in. Wheel of Fortune, 17th of April. Things are going to change. Cancer is going to move out of the house of other people's money. It's been costing you a fortune up to now, and after the 17th it's not going to be as bad. But of course, planetary shifts take a little bit of time to clear, so it won't be hey presto, loads of money's available, but the pentacles will slowly start coming in. I think most true Sagittarians, all depends on where you are. Say true Sagittarians, sometimes you have Saggy twice in your placements. Sometimes you have it once, you're dead in the middle. Sometimes you're right on the cusp. So it all depends on all those factors. You could be a Sagittarius rising rather than sun. Going back to that, we've all mostly had a horrendous time, Sagittarians, financially, personally, professionally, relationship-wise. Things have started to improve. Number 8 karmic year was in place in 24, and it started to get rid of the baddies in your life. You started to let go. In that autumn of 24, you were letting go. Some of you are transformed into a butterfly in the summer of 24, the late summer. Some of you are transforming now in this summer. A lot of you are transforming now in this summer. You're still the caterpillar, but that spludge will come where the caterpillar lets go of being a caterpillar and becomes the butterfly, and things start to change. Okay, so here we go. And the Magician, you've been magicking up your own future, and look at that number 8, how important last year was to you. This is a number 9 year, but it's really taking that number 8 year to another level. You will see, and it's not because I wish bad on anyone at all, but if someone's been really bad to you in your life, in your last few years, you will see their downfall. I don't mean their death or anything, but you will see that things aren't going so well for them in that number 8 year last year, and particularly this year. So keep your eye out, because if that happens, you know that person was not on your side. I mean, it could be just a coincidence, but I don't believe in coincidences. I'm an astrologer and a card reader, and I do know some people have been fair weather friends to Sagittarians, smiling in their faces and punching the air in joy when things have gone wrong. So please be careful of those people, and as I've said, the more you can let them go, the better. I made a few notes on dates, so I'm looking at those for you as I do this reading. So let's start this reading now, and let's get where we are, Saggies, in the next few days. So the energy of that full moon in Libra has been tough. It's been a real tough one on relationships, and it's been made tougher by the fact that Jupiter is in Gemini until June, and that's in our house of relationships. Could be relationships that are good, it could be relationships that are bad. Some relationships have been like putting swords in your back. It could be the one that's been deceitful towards you, and you're now finding out who that is. But it's the end of that failed cycle, the end of that cycle with that person. I don't think you'll be seeing that person again, whether it's on a friendship level, a love level, or a professional level. Someone's not been true to you. You have been totally betrayed and let down by that person, whilst you didn't really realize it at the time. But now you're overcoming those obstacles. You're quite adamant it's good to let that person go, whoever they are in your life. It's good to let that person go. Now, Saturn has been among the planets in your home sector. So let's talk about your home sector for a while. Some of you might be in a relationship that was a bit rocky, and this Libra full moon has highlighted that rockiness, either helping you put it right or you parting the ways. This is completely different to the person who stabbed you in the back. Or you could be single and Jupiter's working very hard because it's a planet of fortune, the planet of expansion, the planet of magic, and it's your planet, Sagittarius, is working very hard to get you the lover of your dreams before June. It moves out of Gemini in June. So when you go out of that door, make sure you're looking good, because you could meet someone anytime that is going to be very important in your life. I don't think they're going to care what you look like, but you don't want to go out in rags, do you? If you could go out in your nice clothes. So just be aware that from now until June is a very, very opportune time for meeting someone new if you're single. And I have the Italian corno here, which is for protection, and I have the feather here, the angel's feather, which I believe is just something you have to look forward to and look out for. If this happens to you, keep that feather. I've got my little turtle, let's get that right here. I've got a pile of little mini turtles, and if anybody wants one, I carry one in my purse and I have one on my table, and I've put these out for blessings. I do believe they're going to bring you good luck, and justice is on your side. Now, if you've got a court case coming up, don't deal with it. If you can, delay things as much as possible until that end of May new moon. That end of May new moon is going to change the whole of 2025 for you. It's going to get really good. Things are going to go in your favor. But if you deal with it in this April new moon or the mid-May full moon, it could not go in your favor, possibly because things are really going to be tense planetary wise on the legal side. Okay, here we've got sharing and caring. There's going to be a lot of that going on in 2025. And here we've got the Hermit. Now, the Hermit has appeared many times in my readings, and I don't know whether a lot of Saggies have had a Virgo past lover or a Virgo friend who may come back in. And he had or she had the opportunity during Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde. Venus went direct on the same day as that Libra full moon. But it's going to take a bit of time. Don't do any beauty work or really good stuff around the house until you get to June, because it's still not strong enough on beauty things. So don't change your hair color, do anything drastic, but till June. But if you've got a Virgo in your life or had a Virgo in your life and they came back in during that Mercury retrograde or Venus retrograde, you're probably going to hear more from them in the future because they do love you. But if it might be another sign, but the Virgo Hermit here is shining a light over this past relationship, and it might be that that is going to pop its head up again in the near future. But let's go back to Saturn being in your home sector. And he's been in your home sector since March 2023. That explains an awful lot about why things have been tight financially, why things have been quite fraught at home, trying to get things sorted. But this card is telling me it's all going to change. We've got the Nine of Cups. Look forward to the journey of wonder, what's coming. But issues have been brought up by Saturn being in that domestic setting and sector. Repairs to your home that have irritated you that you just couldn't afford to get done, or Neptune being present, also flooding. I've had both. I've had the fact that I've got to do repairs I can't afford, and Neptune flooding out my bathroom and creating havoc on my kitchen ceiling. So I do, and then a crack appearing over my window outside, meaning water was coming in over my kitchen sink. So water has definitely been a problem for a lot of Saggies, and that's going to start coming. The water angle, no, please take care of that. Get insurance for water if you can. But the Saturn in your home sector is changing, thank goodness. As is Cancer, who's been, I mentioned that at the beginning of this reading, Cancer being in the house of the people's money. That means that you're spending money on other people all the time. Money doesn't seem to be coming in, it seems to be going out. But when this happens on the 17th of April, and that's why I talked about the 17th of April, bringing in luck financially, then financially things will really improve. Whilst Cancer's been there, Mars has increased your spending. So you poor guys, including me, have been having lots and lots of expenses going on. And Mars and Saturn have been in complete direct communication. I really believe the planets talk to each other. There's a quote by Paulo Coelho, the amazing writer, who says, never be lonely. If you're a lonely person, you haven't got anybody, you haven't got family, you haven't got friends, just sharing that joy that the planets are your friends. They're talking about you and they're watching you and they're watching every move. Just because something isn't happening right now, it doesn't mean that divine timing isn't in place. It doesn't mean that they think it's the right time. It will happen when it is the right time. You haven't been left out. I want to just tell you that. So the communication between Mars and Saturn has been teaching us loads of lessons regarding spending and money disappearing, money not seemingly being enough, home-related costs being horrendous, money's just been practically bleeding. You've been bleeding money, basically. And your focus has been on a family member. So I don't know whether that's a parent or a young child or a teenage child or an adult child, but someone in your family has needed your help. That's going to wind down on the 17th of April. There's things going to happen in their life, and I've been putting that in the readings. I don't know whether it'll pop up today. That's been popping up in the readings. The firstborn to a Sagittarius, firstborn child or only child is going to do really well after the 17th, and it will mean you can concentrate on yourself and enjoy yourself more. And I do have lovely people contacting me by email. My email is egmagic13@hotmail.com, and I do sometimes put it in my description. I do have lovely people contacting me, telling me their lives have changed since I've been talking to you, and I'm so happy about that. But one lady talks to me about betrayal from her brother, which is closely linked to me, and another one has talked to me about her child not having the opportunities that she hoped, and she hopes that's going to come. Well, it is going to come. If you're listening to this, it's going to come after the 17th. One of your children or your eldest or only one will do so much better. You've been pushing them in the right direction. Creativity, especially if they're in creative ideas sort of sphere, can bring massive success now to that child. Now the eclipses have been upon us. Let me shuffle some more cards while I'm talking. And they have determined what is happening now. They've determined a new door opening, a fresh start. And again, those doors are going to open after the 17th. And you're on a mission to create progress and productivity with one area of your job. You might be working for someone and you're really good in one area and they're going to promote you, or you could be self-employed and you're putting out there some new creation of yours that's going to do really well. But the eclipses have shone a great light on your situation, particularly work and money wise, and they have brought out the truth. I think that's why, regardless of this being a Virgo or not, that's popped into your life with a hi or a comment or a communication, whoever it is, whatever sign, it's brought a big truth to that situation, in that you have been able to close the door on it, or you think, oh, I understand now why that person behaved like that, or yeah, I had a great time, but I don't want it anymore. But thank you for getting in touch, because it's made everything clear now. So those eclipses have brought out a lot of truth, and I think it's related to someone in your past, whether it's a lover or a friend. And after that, those eclipses, and after this full moon in Libra, you will get the puzzle piece that was presented to you in place. It's like that last jigsaw puzzle going in, and it will change your perspective on that love situation, on you in love situations. Do you really want one, or do you want to make money? Do you really want one, or do you want to focus on yourself? It will give you a different perspective on love and friendship. You are not going to want the same friend. You're not going to jump into friendships like you did at one time. One time you were very trusting, loving, woo, hi, welcome in, let's party. Oh no, you're gonna judge, you're gonna analyze this person before you let them in. You're gonna think it through before you jump off like the Fool. And sometimes I use the Fool in different ways on different readings. Sometimes it's like jumping into the arms of a lover off a cliff and having a safe landing. But this one is, you're not going to be a fool. You are really going to think about things before you jump in. Your understanding of situations has drastically changed. Your wisdom, your patience. You've always been patient, but your patience level is next to none now. No sign matches you. You can wait. You are happier waiting. You know something good is going to happen. And it's like these eclipses gave you a flash of insight, and made you very connected to your higher self. I'm called Higherself Magic for a reason, because I want people to connect with their higher selves. And I do believe once you do that, more magic comes into your life when it's meant to. You know, not just because I'm called Higherself Magic, it doesn't mean I have magic every day. I really don't. But I know it's coming, and I know that all the work I'm doing for myself and other people will actually bring me the magic I deserve. So I don't want rubbish magic that's momentary and just lasts a minute of wonder and happiness. No, I don't want that anymore. I reject anything that's like a bit flimsy and foolish now. I've become quite hard to date, really, because I really do see things in a different way, and only someone who captures my soul will actually have any luck with me from now on. That's what I really feel about myself, that the soul is so much more important in my being, in my present life, than it ever has been before. So if you have got natal planets in Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Gemini, Libra or Aquarius, then you've got a pivotal planet that is helping you very closely on this 17th of April day. So on the 30th of April, I have to tell you before I forget, that planet is helping you manifest. I'm going to do a manifestation video before the 30th, because it's so important. People say to me, they write to me. I mean, honestly, I love you writing to me. I have about 5 of you, 6 of you that write to me, and I love that. Thank you. Some of you say, I can't manifest. What do you mean by manifesting? Well, I'm going to do a manifestation video. Here we've got the King of Wands. That's you, Sagittarius. Your divine masculine is so much more prominent. Whether you're a male or female, your divine masculine is so much more prominent than your feminine at the moment. Thank goodness. Because your feminine one always pushes you down the wrong road. It makes you emotional. You want to be quite clinical, and it's a very important time for you to be so, especially before Jupiter moves at Gemini, because you don't want to make the wrong mistake and end up with the wrong person, because opportunities are going to be coming for these people popping in. So your 11th house rules your friends and groups that you are in, and it also rules your hopes and wishes. Now, that full moon on the 12th, 13th in London is bringing a wish very closely forwards, which I think could come around the 17th. So if it's about a child, it's going to be your wish. If it's about money, it could be your wish. There's something that's going to come sooner than you ever thought. There's one wish that you really have been asking for, and you thought the universe or the divine or God or Jesus or whoever you follow has forgotten you. No, they have not. Jupiter, the giver of gifts and luck, is in Gemini until June the 5th, and he's going to try and bring you that wish. Now, if it's a love wish, you're really in luck, because Jupiter's in the house of relationships. But if it's another wish, it could be a relationship with a child, it could be a relationship with a boss, it could be a relationship with your product, your creation. So watch out for that, because Jupiter's the planet of miracles. Watch out what happens now with this wish up to June the 5th, please. Well, about June, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's June the 5th, but it is June somehow, some date. And I will bring that into my next reading. It could actually be a bit later, June the 20th. I'm going to check that out for you. But Mars is still there, though, so you have to be careful. Mars is still there trying to create a few financial problems until April the 17th. So if this week's a bit difficult financially for you, don't worry, things are going to get better. But Mars isn't going to stop trying to affect you being more financially astute, managing your money better. So it's going to keep going on until it's totally clear out of your chart. But after the 17th, Mars won't be as strong. The ones that will feel this full moon the most, it's just gone, will be born 5 days before or after December the 14th, plus or minus. Now, the new moon of April the 27th in Taurus is going to be a difficult one for Sagittarius. So don't say anything you don't mean. Be careful about what you say. This moon will fall in your 6th house, so it rules the projects that are coming in. Now, that doesn't mean your work's going to slow down, because as I said, after April the 17th, your work's going to speed up. So it's probably going to bring in loads of projects or muddle up the projects. So you're going to feel a bit overwhelmed by work. We've got the moon here, and it's going to be a bit confusing, but you're going to be maybe having to, if you're in self-employed, employ more people to cope with the chaos, or you're going to see that it's going to be more successful than you thought, but you're not ready for it. It's like trying to put everything in a van, and the van's too small and you can't close the doors. So you might just not have the equipment to cope with that, but it's bringing work in, more money in. And your teamwork will be questioned, your equipment will be questioned. So that new moon at the end of April is going to bring in a few cosmic storms, I believe. But don't worry, because when we get to the May 26th new moon, all those cosmic storms will have passed. Your new financial and love year will start. It will be the best time. That's when 2025 really starts for you. That's when you'll get all the progress after the delay. Now, I've got the swan here as your spirit animal for April. And the swan, you know, when two swans get together, they create the beautiful heart. I'm really believing love is going to have quite a powerful part in your life until June Jupiter moves out of Gemini. I hope you can see all those. I think you can. So let's go back to that April the 27th new moon. Is going to occur in your workaday sector. So new projects are likely to start up within days of this new moon arriving, and you need to cope with that. You're going to have to be at the ready. It's going to dominate. You won't have much time for love or love thoughts then. So it's going to be quite a busy time. And Venus going direct will help you move things in the right direction. And remember what I said, Venus going direct will have its full calming influence until June. If you've got any court cases, then better leave them till the end of May, after May the 26th. Delay things, because the entire complexion of 2025 will change in your favor after that. From mid-April, funds will appear to help you progress more after the 17th. So let's take a few more cards for you before I go. Thank you for joining me. I actually love connecting with you, Sagittarius. I keep saying I'm going to do other readings for your other placements, so please look at those. You have told me I'm going to have to read back over our messages what your other placements are. Look, more money coming in. Yeah, you're going to be looking at and thinking, thank the Lord God. Yep, you are. Yeah, I really want you to look at other placements, because they actually colour so much of your perspective, and we are in for a good time in 26. I hope I'm going to be coming rejoicing week after week with you. But I do love the connections, and we've got so much harmony after the battle we have, and we've developed so much more. Where the King of Wands, that divine masculine, is dominating right now, but even more so where the King of Swords with his sword and sharp tongue, we will put people in their place if they misuse us or treat us badly. And here, what did I say? After April the 17th, more money's coming in. Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. What more can we have? And like I said, after April the 17th, good news regarding that child. Ace of Wands, your new ventures are going to just take off and be amazing, bringing so much more stability into your life. And you're going to feel completely differently to what you felt before. You really are. That feeling of stagnation is going to be gone. You're no longer going to be the hanged man. You're going to be on that floor, progressing forwards and not being like the fool at all. Let me take a few fairy cards for you, because as you know, I'm a very intuitive reader. I write about fairies. I write novels about fairies. I have another life apart from Higherself Magic. I'm a writer and educator, but I just love my work as Higherself Magic. I just love it. I've loved astrology since I was 18 years old. So if you love my readings, please let me know. And if you do, please like, share and subscribe, because I would love this channel to grow. And I used to have so much many more followers, but I think they're all sorted now, so they've all gone. But it doesn't matter how many I have, as long as the ones that I do have are happy. Vegetarian, a new way of eating gives you more energy, greater health, clarity, and strong manifestation abilities. So I'm not saying go vegan completely, but take the vegan option if you can. I've got some hot cross buns, it's East, and I got the vegan type, and they're amazing, so much better than all that sugar and other stuff. So yeah, go vegan if you can. The Easter blessings are among us, whatever religion we are. This peace, this is Holy Week, this is, you know, a time for reflection, for rebirth. That's what Easter is all about, whatever religion you are. The kids run around looking for those Easter eggs in the Easter egg hunt, and that's what we want. A lovely card. We're going to look at that in a moment. right. Okay, so it's saying, stop trying to control so hard to control everything and all the doors will open for you. Don't worry. Let things happen now. Things are changing. We're going into a better part of 2025. Let obstructions obstruct. If you're not meant to have that thing, let it be obstructed. Let it be not possible for you to have, because you're just wasting your time. Let go of anything that does not suit you. I hoped I taught you this last autumn, and I will be teaching you again this autumn, because autumn is the time for letting go. You let go seriously all the time, but when autumn comes and those leaves fall off the trees and the trees shed their leaves and let them go, and are not scared of being bare and honest and true to what they are underneath it all, that's the same for you. And this full moon in Libra was saying let go. It was a lot about letting go. So you could let go of a dream of a past lover that you always held close and thought this past lover was better than he was, and he actually wasn't. That could be something you let go. It could be you let go of a career path that isn't getting you anywhere, and you've got another string to your bow. You're a jack of all trades and you pull out that other string and do really well. There's something about this full moon that's just gone that is now very, very strong in our lives over the next few weeks. And the eclipses have also brought this forwards, opening the doors, closing the doors, that you might make complete changes due to letting go. You might be in a relationship where you think, I have to let go now because it's just not suiting me. But in autumn, we'll be discussing all this again. And in autumn, I can tell you, you're going to be having a wonderful autumn, because the true blessings of 2025 are going to come in after this May the 27th, I would say, into December. And here we have the let go. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. We've got the little robin there. I've got robins in my garden. I've got a robin family living in the trees. They're just absolutely beautiful. And this is spring in the Northern Hemisphere. And I always ask you to tell me where you are. And some of you are in America, some of you are in the Southern Hemisphere. But I get my baby robins sitting on the fence, and they're just so gorgeous and really make my day. One last shuffle, and then I'm going to go, and I will see you very soon. Dear Sagittarians, I love the relationship I've built up with some of you. It's amazing. Some of you are now classified as my friends. Yes, you are. I could name many more, but Charlotte, Fanny Boo, Elizabeth, Jeff, Denise, Liz, thank you for writing to me. Thank you for connecting with me. Thank you for commenting. Ask for what you want. Don't forget to talk to the universe. It's not just when you're making wishes. Just talk to the universe as it's your friend, as you're walking around. Let the universe and other people know what you need. What annoys me is when I look at some readers' readings and I read some of the ads. You have to read this prayer and recite it every day and buy it and spend like £200 to get what you want. Or you have to buy this special card that you can put in your purse that's going to change everything at like £100. No. You talk to the universe is for free. You talk to the universe because the universe loves you. The universe is loving and kind. You don't need a card. You can have my little turtle, but it's free. I'll just post it to you. But little things like this. I have a coroner like this around my neck. I am quite superstitious, and I do buy things that I believe, and I'm holding it now on my necklace. No, I can't show you. You have to come too close. These little talismans, these things do help us. But if you have to start purchasing them at great cost, please be wary, because it's not necessary. The universe hears you, whether you've got that or not. But these are for protection, and I think it's very good to protect yourself. I've called the brownies in, and that's why I wanted to mention this. The brownies are a certain element of fairies, and if they live in your house, and I'm very much attached to fairies, the brownies help put things right, and you can make them little offerings like a glass of milk or cream, and they're really grateful for that. So call me mad, but my connection with fairies is very, very strong, and I believe these are the things that bring you luck. Of course, return to sender is so important, but we'll talk about that in another. And I do believe reading Psalms from the Bible are important too at certain times, for protection. But again, that will be a separate reading. I've got someone talking to me about the feeling that they're cursed. I'll be doing a reading on that soon. Dietary change. There's something about this, isn't the vegan thing? Improve your diet and your life will also improve. I think that message is for me, because I really do need to stop eating as much. And I'm really taking more care now. So have avocados and fruit and eggs and less carbs, but do keep some carb intake up. But that's a message for someone, so take heed. One more before I go. See, I don't seem to want to go. I can't go until they let me go. Here we go. New home. Some of you might be getting a new home, or making your home look like new. Look at that beautiful fairy sitting on that beautiful lily pad. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. That's for someone. It wouldn't be for me right now, because I've spent so much money on this house and I love it. I think I'll probably be here forever and ever. Let's take something out of this drawer for you. Let's see what comes out. Okay. Woo. Okay, I've got a lipstick, so someone's going to be dressing up. Tomorrow night and Saturday night are supposed to be very good nights socially. So as I said, dress up when you go out. Love is in the air. Can you see that? And here we've got a little congratulatory medal. Someone's going to be getting a medal for something, or a child's going to be getting a medal. And here's a lovely lipstick, as I said. Quite sultry. The dragon keeps coming up. There's my dragon crystal ball, and the dragon's just so connected to Saggitarius, and an angel feather. And here we have the owl. You are wiser than wise, Saggis. People are going to come to you loving what you have to say. So let's call a day on this reading and share our love for the universe, for the divine, and for ourselves. And lots of blessings to you all. Thank you so much for listening to me, and thank you for connecting with me. I'm more than grateful. Bye-bye.